Ravi Agrawal is the editor-in-chief of Foreign Policy. Ravi is with me from New York. What do you attribute the fall in the market to? Is it a worry that he won't be able to get things done? If you like, business-friendly policies will not continue?
It'll certainly be much harder. I mean, Modi as a leader has been quite business friendly, but it's not just his policies alone. I think it's also certainty. When you have a single party in power with a leader who is very familiar to India's top businessmen, several of whom are billionaires who know him personally, when you take that personal equation away, when you add in coalition allies who may have their own demands of Modi. They might demand a particular ministry that one of them wants to run. Modi is just going to be a little bit more constrained than he's been before. He's going to have to be much more democratic and much more consultative than he was before. All of that means direct decision-making will slow down. And I think the market is just a little bit shocked. This is not what they were expecting at all. And that's why we've seen them pare back pretty much all of the gains they've had this entire year on the stock market.
Are we at risk of overstating the if you will, the effect? At the end of the day, he's still a prime minister with vast experience, even if he ends up with a few truculent coalition partners. He's still, if you will, the big beast on the block.
Yeah, you took the words out of my mouth there, Richard. A win is a win is a win. I think part of the reason why the headlines today are sounding as surprised and shocked as they are is because just 72 hours ago, the exit polls from India suggested a massive landslide win for Modi. If you take a step back and look at this from a more historical lens, it is not unusual for Indian governments to be coalition governments. Since the 1980s, the trend in India has been for parties to cobble together majorities and rule. And Modi was the one exception in 2014 and 2019. And many analysts will now say that this couldn't have continued forever. This is a return to the norm. This is a return also to more democracy in India, which could have other kind of results that could be good for decision making in India, that could also boost investor confidence. Right. I'll point to one business statistic here, Richard. Foreign direct investment in India has actually declined in the last 3 years. That could go up if people are actually more confident that Narendra Modi will be a more democratic prime minister.
And the sheer impressiveness, if you will, of the election. There are nearly 700 million voters. I mean, the whole process takes weeks, but they do it. I was reading the detail of how it's electronic voting, but there's a paper trail backtrack of which is tested, on a model basis so that they can make sure that it is all working. By all accounts, Ravi, this has gone swimmingly well.
It has, with a few caveats. I mean, it is a remarkable thing when India heads to the polls. It is always the biggest election in the history of the world, and India should be commended for that, by and large, free and fair. But it has been constrained. I mean, the BJP and Modi have made it much harder for the opposition to compete. They had jailed at least one prominent opposition politician. Campaign financing was very opaque. The Supreme Court itself said that a particular campaign electoral bond was unconstitutional. So there have been problems along the way, and the opposition will say that their results have come despite the system, not because of it. All of that said, the opposition still has lost, and we shouldn't lose sight of that. Modi has most likely won, in that his party has won the most number of seats, most likely to now form a government. Just the nature of that government is a little bit new, as Ivan was pointing out. We don't know how well Modi can juggle in parliament. He's going to have to be a lot more consultative, collaborative. He's going to have to show up in parliament for prime minister's questions, for example, which he hasn't always done. He'll have to change.
Ravi, I'm grateful for you tonight. Thank you very much.